Damn it, woman. I said to leave me be.
Gracious, last time you explored the mine, you almost fell to your death. I'm not spending the rest of my days as a widow.
And I'm telling you that I'll do whatever it takes to find my great-grandfather's remains. He's down here. I can feel it.
That was almost 2 centuries ago. There may be nothing left to find.
Just let me go, woman.
Gracious, you're an obstinate old fool and you're going to get yourself killed.
Excuse me.
Who in the blazes are you? Can't you see I'm busy?
Busy? Busy doing what?
Why should I tell you? I don't even know who you are.
And I don't even know who you are. But maybe we could help each other.
Maybe. Been difficult trusting people lately. They think I'm crazy. But
Are you?
mark my words, these mines hold a secret that could put Raven Rock back on the map.
What sort of secret would be hidden here?
A secret the East Empire Company swept under the rug 2 centuries ago. It killed
Is
my
that so?
great-grandfather and left Raven Rock with a worthless and tainted mine.
And who was your great-grandfather?
Gratian Kyrelius. He spent his entire life exploring ancient ruins across Tamriel, and he died in these very mines almost 200 years ago.
How did he die?
The East Empire Company called it a terrible accident, claiming that he was lost in a rockfall, but I know better.
And what's your proof?
My wife and I were cleaning out our home, and we came across some of my great-grandfather's things locked in an old chest. I found an unsent letter he'd written to the East Empire Company, and a key.
And what did the letter say?
It describes a discovery that was made in the mine by some of the diggers. They wanted Gratian to take a closer look. The East Empire Company must have felt it was of great value, as they locked that section of the mine off from everyone else.
And the key is to the locked section.
It is. Well, I assume it is. I haven't been able to find the entrance.
This is hardly proof of anything.
Now you're starting to sound like everyone else. I'm
Well?
telling you, there's something big down there. Something that the East Empire Company wanted to hide from everyone.
So why are you telling me all of this?
Look, my wife nags that I'm too old to go traipsing around these mines chasing my story. Time's my enemy. It's caught up with me before I could find the answers that I'm looking for.
So you need my help.
I do. I want to know what happened to Gratian, and what the East Empire Company is keeping from all of us.
Any idea of where to start?
Gratian kept a journal of notes about his discoveries. If you can find his remains, I'm hoping it will help. Here's everything I have. The letter, the key. Please, do this for me, so I can finally regain the respect that I've lost.
Well, I just came here because Glover wants his ancient Nordic pickaxe back.
The damn fool doesn't even deserve to have it. The pickaxe was made for mining, not selling. I'll bet he stole it from the Skald in the first place.
Well, it doesn't belong to you.
Oh, very well. Here, tell him I hope he drops the thing on his foot.
Right then.
Be careful down there. The mine can be treacherous.
Let's see that note of yours that you found. Gratian, I would appreciate if you could help us with the situation we've encountered in Raven Rock. It seems that the miners there have stumbled across some sort of ruins under the surface near Shaft 3. And we need your expertise to take a look. I could send someone else if you're busy, but I figured you'd want to go since I seem to recall that you're originally from Solstheim. Let us know if you make any progress. Randelius Thandarian, East Empire Company, Imperial City, Cyrodiil. Oh. Hold on a minute, let me get up. Hold on. I'll be right with you. Idiots. Oh! Ah! Oh! This is how I want to play it, huh? Let me show you how it's done. Well, these are ancient Nordic ruins, alright? Whoa. What do we have here? Grandpa Gratian, I'm assuming. 30 of Rain's Hand, 4th Era, 10th Year. Received a letter from the East Empire Company today. They say that some of the miners broke through the wall in Shaft 3 of Raven Rock Mine and found some ruins. I hope this isn't another waste of time like that fiasco they sent me to in Cyrodiil. I'll gather my assistant Milius and sail back to Raven Rock at first light. It'll be nice to see the old house in Solstheim again. 7 of 2nd Seed, 10th Year of the 4th Era. Finally arrived in Raven Rock and was surprised at the number of Dark Elf refugees living in town. They aren't really from mining stock, but I think they'll make fine workers one day. Milius and I spent a good part of the day clearing the ash off the roof of my house. The damn volcano is still erupting almost day and night. If it wasn't for the ash covering everything, it would almost look beautiful. 8th of 2nd Seed, 4th Era, 10th Year. Milius and I are headed into Raven Rock Mine to have look at whatever it is the miners uncovered. I think I'll stop by the old swing and scoop and pick up a few supplies before we head down. Couldn't hurt to be prepared. 9th of 2nd Seed, 4th Era, 10th Year. Looks like the miners broke right through the wall of an old Nordic barrow. I've seen this sort of thing in Skyrim before. Damn Nords of barrows dotting the landscape, and almost none of them are ever marked on any maps. Looks like this barrow belonged to something called the Bloodskull clan. I'm going to take some rubbings of the inscriptions on the tombs and see if I can't learn some more information from my history books. 10th of 2nd Seed, 4th Era, 10th Year. It's been a few days, and I can't find even a single mention of this clan anywhere. Milius and I decided to proceed ahead. We've come to a drop-down point, but I can see a massive chamber below. Took the better part of a day to lower everything down and climb down the almost sheer drop. 11th of 2nd Seed, 4th Era, 10th Year. It's been an astonishing day of discovery. After exploring the large chamber beyond the drop-off, I was startled to find the strangest weapon I've ever laid eyes upon sitting on a pedestal of sorts. The blade appears to be flawless, and is emitting a faint chilling glow. Bits of parchment I found about the chamber seem to call this the Bloodskull blade. Not certain if I should remove it yet. I think I'll sleep on it. 12th of 2nd Seed, 4th Era, 10th Year. I've decided against my own better judgment to remove the Bloodskull blade from its pedestal. Milius seems completely against it, but we need to bring this wondrous artifact with us when we find a way out of the barrow. 13th of 2nd Seed, 4th Era, 10th Year. I should have listened to Milius. The moment the blade was lifted, we were set upon by Draugr. Milius fought bravely, but he fell. I was able to destroy the remaining ones, but I was badly wounded. I can barely stand. My only chance will be finding a way out of this place, but I fear that I'm trapped. 14, 2nd Seed, 4th Era, 10th Year. Exploring has been slow. I can only move for maybe a few minutes at a time before I have to rest. My supplies are running low, and I'm feeling weaker by the hour. The only progress I've made is finding a strange door with markings on it that I've never seen. There appears to be something to them I'm missing, as they've confounded my attempts at getting through. I'll have to study this further in order to make any progress. Barely can keep awake. I'm fairly certain that the key to the door involves the use of the Bloodskull blade. When swinging the weapon, I'm noticing a ribbon of mystical energy emanating from it. I think by swinging the sword in different directions, it's possible to manipulate this ribbon and solve whatever puzzle this door presents. I hope to get well enough to put this to the test soon. Each swing is a huge effort. Last entry. I've lost track of time and my strength is fading. I can't even stand anymore. My wounds refuse to heal. I'm afraid this tomb will become my resting place. If anyone finds this journal, please send these notes to my superiors at the East Empire Company and tell my wife that I love her. May RK guide me to my final rest. Oh dear. Well, looks like it's time for me to pick up where you left off, old friend. Don't worry. I'll make you proud. So, it's gotta be a sideways swing. Oh. Vertical swing? Yeah. Does that do it? Oh, the door maybe? No? Oh, up there. I see. Here we go. Oh dear. This doesn't look good. Alright. It's been fun, but I think it's time for me to leave, so if you don't... What? Alright, this isn't going nowhere. Recognize this? That's right. You must still remember Mirak. Though I doubt he'd remember any of you. Alright. Time to get out of here. Hello. Whoa, 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 whoa. I'm just, looking for a person. Can anyone help me? You? You, sir. Can you help me? Okay, I'll just have to help myself then. Oh.
Outsider. I remember you. You're the one who freed the skull from the dark spell. Thank the All-Maker that you...
Hello?
These accursed elves have taken me from my home.
Yes, I see that. But why?
I do not know this word, Thalmor. But if you mean the elves, they were trying to learn the secrets of forging Stalrim. Their leader,
Right.
an elf named Ankarian, has a map. He says that it shows the location of a hidden source of Stalrim.
And what's this Stalrim?
Enchanted ice. as hard as iron and as cold as death. Stalrum can be forged into deadly weapons, but the art is known only to the smiths of the skull.
I see. And where can I find this Ankarian?
They have a ship. They took me there and showed me the map. You will find it on the northern coast of the island. Please, do not let Ankarian make his weapons. Kill him or let him live. But take the map from him. It belongs with the skull. I will return to the village. When you have the map, please bring it to me there. And thank you. May the All-Maker bless your days.
You are trespassing here. I strongly suggest you move along.
I have business to discuss with your leader.
You will find him on the deck. Any hint of treachery, and your life is forfeit.
I understand.
Do you not see that we are Thalmor?
Leave at once.
Do not test me, or I promise that you will regret it.
I'm here about a Stalrum map.
So you know my purpose here, then? I suppose you must have found that dullard of a blacksmith. Unfortunately for you, my mission here is also a secret. To protect it,
Right.
I have no choice but to silence you. Now,
Oh.
give me one good reason that I should not kill you where you stand.
Because if you don't leave this island now, your life will be forfeit.
I can see that is no idle threat. Very well. We will depart the island once we have loaded the ship. No weapon is worth dying for. Not even a weapon forged from Stalrim. Here, give this
Exactly.
map to the blacksmith. I have no further need of it.
Thank you very much.
I can feel it. The tree stone is free again. The oneness of the land is restored. Does that mean... is it over? Is Mirak defeated?
Yes, your father did not die for nothing. Mirak will never threaten Solstheim again.
Thank you. Whatever your other reasons for acting, you have done the Skull a great service. We will not forget what you have done. One more thing, Skull friend, if you will. I know
Yes?
it is not my place, but may I offer a word of advice, of warning?
Go on.
As shaman of the Skull, I am charged with the spiritual well-being of my people. While you are not of the Skull, you are Skull friend, and so I give you this warning. Hermamora forced you to serve him in order to defeat Mirak. Do not let him lure you further down that path. The All-Maker made you Dragonborn for a higher purpose. Do not forget that. Walk with the All-Maker, Skull friend.
Farewell.
It is good to see you again, my friend. Did you find the elves at their ship?
Yes, and I brought you the map to the Stalrum source.
I know you faced great danger to bring this map to me. There are no words to tell how glad my heart is. Thank you, brave one. I name you Friend
Sure.
of the Skull, and I will trust you with the knowledge of forging Stalrim. If you bring Stalrim
Oh.
here to my forge, you can use my tools to make what you will from it. Until our next meeting, Skull friend. May your hunts always bring you game, and your crops grow tall and bountiful.
My son and I gather items to trade with travelers.
Farewell.
Visit the village.
I heard from Dior how you
what-
went in search of Baldur. That was very
Yes.
brave. And in fact, that's just the kind of courage I'm looking for.
Let me guess, you need me to do something dangerous.
Quite right. Quite right. This, however, is paying work. Allow me to explain. As a
Go on.
scholar of history, I've always found Solstheim to be most intriguing. I've made many forays into the ancient ruins that cover the island. I've come to know those ruins so well, I could draw you a map from memory. That's why I noticed the new passage the moment I laid eyes on it.
A new passage to what?
An old tomb, I think. It must have been opened by an earthquake that accompanied one of the Red Mountain's eruptions. I'd love to have a closer look, but those old ruins can be dangerous, and I'm no adventurer. I'll pay you to watch my back down there. I'll be heading back there soon. If you're interested, meet me at the ruins and we'll see what we can find. Now I'm off to pack for the expedition.
Alright. I'll see you there.
My mother was Skull, but she left the village and I was born in Skyrim.
Oh yeah? Why did your mother leave the
A
village?
trade ship from Skyrim struck ice off the coast near the village, and the Skull took in the surviving sailors. My mother fell in love with one of the sailors, my father, and eventually returned with him to Skyrim.
Did she ever return here?
Sadly, no. She died in Falkreath, where I was born.
Do you need something?
I came across a few of my mother's old things not long ago. Among them was a necklace that my father gave to her when they were married. I believe she would want it placed upon her tombstone in Falkreath, as a symbol of her undying love and the great sacrifice she made for it. If you find yourself in Falkreath, please give this amulet to the priest Runel and tell him that I sent you. He will understand. I don't have much to give in reward, but return to me when the task is done and I'll do what I can. Thank you, Skull friend.
Sure. So, what did you do in Skyrim before you came back here?
My mother used to say that I was born an angry child. It's true
Right.
that my heart has always been restless, and fighting was the only way I could find peace. I was a soldier for a time, and then a mercenary, but I was never truly happy until I came here.
I see. Well, as you said, whenever I'm in Falkreath, I'll try to help you out.
All right then.
Yep.
It's been many winters since my husband returned to the Allmaker, but my heart still aches from the loss.
Who's your son?
His name is Nicholas. He's a good lad, strong and loyal. I only wish he wasn't so eager to leave the village. I've tried to tell him that the world beyond our lands is dangerous and cruel, but he won't listen.
I could talk to him if you want.
You would do that? I know he would listen to you. You've been out there in the wide world. You know its perils. Yes.
Oh yeah.
Perhaps you can convince him. I would be grateful if you would do this thing, outsider.
I'll see what I can do.
I hope that you can make my son see wisdom.
Hoost is responsible for the cemetery here in Falkreath. I take care of the shrine.
Greetings. Morwen of Skull Village sent me to ask a favor of you.
Morwen, you say? Now, there's a name I haven't heard in a long time. Left to join her mother's people on Solstheim, as I recall. I
Yes.
knew her parents quite well, you know. Bera and Ulfar were good people, very much in love. Now, what can I do for young Morwen?
I'd certainly hope so. She wants this placed at her mother's grave.
Ah, yes, Bera's silver necklace. It was a wedding gift, and she rarely took it off. I'll be glad to oblige. What a touching gesture, to display the symbol of her devotion in such a way. Tell Morwen I'll be happy to grant her request. I'm sure it will bring joy to her mother and father as they walk in Asterius.
Farewell.
I know things, hidden things, things
Uh,
you aren't supposed to know.
What are you going on about?
You don't believe me. No one does. They don't want to. I don't want to either. But I can't help it. They're in my head.
What's in your head?
Secret, hidden things.
What kind of secrets?
The secret kind.
Alright then. Where did you learn these secrets?
The black book. It shoved them in there with black, slick fingers. My fingers are too short. I can't get them out.
And where did you find this black book?
Oh, no, I didn't find it. It found me. Here, I'll show you. See? Right there.
Oh.
But don't go there. You don't want these things in your head. You don't. You don't. By Ysmir, you won't leave here alive.
What? What are you doing? You're... Oh. Oh, are you trying to kill me? Oh, I see. I understand now. Get up. Come on your feet. On your feet.
No more. I yield. Men, an invader has entered the fort.
Hello, I'm not an invader. I'm just, you know.
Fort Frostmoth will never fall. Long live the Empire!
Just here to talk. General, I'm just here to talk, General. Please. This doesn't have to get ugly. So... Whoa! 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 What the? Hey! Get away! What's this? What's wrong with the spiders? Why are they all flamed up? What was that all about? Day 32. It's been almost a month since unearthing the crypt at Fort Frostmoth, and I haven't seen a single spark of life in the General's remains. Grafting the Heartstone to the subject is proving much more difficult than I originally anticipated. I've used almost every method I can think of, and still there's no sign of reanimation. At this rate, it could be years before I make any progress, which is time that I just can't afford right now. If my vengeance is to come to fruition, I need results. If not, I may need to resort to more drastic measures. Day 47. It finally appears that I am making some progress. After my latest experiment, General Carius's eyes briefly opened and he moved his arms. It lasted for less than a few moments, but it's the first sign of progress I've seen since I arrived here. A few of my assistants were insisting that I was imagining things, but I dismissed them for their insolence. They won't be bothering anyone ever again. Day 55. General Carius awoke. What? Sorry, I thought I heard something. Day 55. General Carius awoke fully today. He bolted upright after my incantations and began staggering around like a blind man. He seemed to ignore my commands. In fact, hearing my voice seemed to increase his hostility. I was able to remove the Heartstone before he became violent. But this isn't a result that I expected. Even though he's able to be awakened, I feel as though the real work has just begun. Day 59. The General is still unable or unwilling to listen to my commands. He's acting increasingly paranoid, and appears to have his own free will. He's convinced that I am a spy, or the enemy, and I've had to restrain him to prevent him from outright attacking me. This is becoming intolerable. I'm beginning to wonder if someone with a Heartstone can be commanded at all. If my experiments with General Carius fail, I may have to resort to self-experimentation, something I've been avoiding for a long time. Hello?
Ah, found you. True. That's your best, huh? This will all be over soon.
Glad to finally meet you, General. In the flesh. On your feet. Come on, on your feet.
I've failed.
I'm afraid so. You have failed. Oh. Well, well, well. What do we have here?
You're back. Please, tell me what you found.
Well, looks like you were right all along.
Let me see that. Huh, I knew it. Gratian's death wasn't because of a rock fall. It was just a story to keep people away from the tombs. Now that I have his journal in hand, I can get some closure from the East Empire Company. Make them pay for lying to everyone.
Yeah, well, good luck with that.
Thank you. Now, I believe I owe you a little more than a debt of gratitude for all that work you did. Here, it's not much, but it's the best an old retired miner can do.
Farewell.
Mark my words, Raven Rock isn't finished yet.
Any luck tracking down Esmond?
He's dead, but I at least found the formula.
I told him not to head up there. Sounds like the bloody fool got what he deserved. Here, I want you to take this key. Head inside my house and unlock the door in the basement. Help yourself to whatever you like inside. I won't be using it anymore.
Alright. Well, I've got you that ancient Nordic pickaxe as well.
So, you finally tracked down old Cretius, eh? Quite a character, isn't he? Tell you what,
Yeah.
since you went through all the trouble of finding it for me and all, you keep it.
Oh. After all that? Why?
I just wanted to remind that codger you can't just go around taking things from other people. Now that you've delivered the message, I'm satisfied. Besides, that pickaxe hasn't done me any good in years. Maybe you can put it to good use.
Thanks.
Bring your weapons and armor to me. I'll fix it up right.
What's this? My dearest daughter... My dearest daughter Sapphire? It's with a heavy heart that I write this letter. For years I've thought about how I could tell you this. Each time I imagined it would be face to face. I'm ashamed for what I did, and I hope that someday you'll learn to forgive me. Whatever you do, don't blame Delvin for any of this. He didn't know. Long after I joined the guild, I was sent to rob a caravan that was stopping at a tiny farming village not far from the border of Skyrim. When I arrived there, I was a day early and decided to sleep for the night in the barn of a pig farm. I awoke the next morning when the most beautiful woman I'd ever laid eyes upon walked in to do her chores. She wasn't even frightened when she saw me. In an instant, I think we had both fallen in love. I ended up living with that woman in that tiny little village for a year until she was with child. And then, like a coward, I ran away. I was a thief, and I didn't want to end up a farmer. It was a terrible thing to do. I didn't have the courage to return to that village for almost 15 years. When I finally decided to visit, it was too late. It had been raided by bandits and burned to the ground. Everyone was either dead or gone, including you, my only child. Years later, when you were recruited by Brynwolf, I couldn't believe my eyes. You're a spitting image of your mother, and I knew it was you in an instant. Only the gods know how you survived the attack on that village, and why you followed in my footsteps. But I have to assume it was meant to be. I wanted to walk right up to you and embrace you, to tell you the truth, but I was still a coward. I decided to leave Riften instead of facing your anger. I said my goodbyes to Delvin, and I headed for Solstheim, as far from the truth as I could get. I'm sorry, my daughter. I'm sorry for never being there to hold you at night or protect you from whatever hardships you endured. One day I hope you'll make the journey to Solstheim and visit your father. Glover Mallory.
What news do you bring from Fort Frostmoth?
The general is no more. He is dead.
I had my suspicions that he was undead. How else could he have survived for over 200 years? It's a shame. There
Well,
are quite a few tales of General Curious' exploits, including the founding of Raven Rock.
well, he's not gonna be sending any ash spawn to Raven Rock anymore.
Councillor Morvain told me to give this to you if you made it back in one piece. And you got rid of General Curious. Better than a soldier's pay, so you should be thankful.
Thank you. Is there anything else you need?
I'm sorry to bother you, but Second Councillor Rano asked me to come find you. He said it's quite urgent.
What was it about?
All he wanted me to do is track you down and send you to him. Look, this is important. Even more important than wiping out the ash spawn. Please, go speak to the Second Councillor as soon as possible.
Alright. I'll see what I can do.